Do you want to open this one? I normally open up the podcast.
All right. Welcome, everyone, to the Platform Podcast. It's a lovely Friday afternoon here at the Platform headquarters in Auckland.
A bit wet outside, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's not looking too good.
And it's how are you feeling? Because obviously it's going to affect the big news of the day.
The big news of the day. Well,
Amrit's getting the rackets back out.
I know. Well, ladies and gentlemen, everyone, boys and girls listening to this podcast or watching it at home, I'm back on the tennis court. So I've come out of retirement. I actually started doing it because I preferred playing tennis and going to the gym. It was really fun. And for some reason, Mr. Jono Frankel, the manager at Cockle Bay Tennis Club, which has had a number of great tennis players play there, including Cameron Norrie from England. And he asked me to fill in, and they were a man short. So it's about 12 past 3 right now. I've got to be at the courts in an hour and a half. I'm in my shorts ready to rock and roll, and my heart is racing right now.
What's the game plan?
Well, look, I played tennis with my brother yesterday. I mean, he's pretty decent. He's on the pro tour. And I'd hit with a few people this week, and I was like, you know what? I can actually hit a good tennis ball. This is going well. Then I hit with my brother yesterday at Next Gen, and I realized how bad I was. And the body hurts. There's muscles in my body that I didn't even know existed that hurt right now. So, when I went home before, I was at the office at 12 o'clock. I went home because my parents are coming, so I wanted to make sure the house was all spick and span for
Always got to have a clean house.
Yes, for Mr. and Mrs. Rye. They run a tight ship back in New Plymouth, and I just ended up lying on the foam roller for the last hour.
Well, that was you saying this morning at at 9 o'clock when we were in the office. You're like, I just need a foam roller.
Dude, honestly, I didn't realize how much recovery is important for... we go on about how recovery is important for student athletes, but oh my God, to the athletes listening to this that train so hard, I take my hat off to you guys because it's definitely put it back into perspective for me.
And I guess another funny point about tonight is going to be the fact of who your opposition is. And we can speak about this because this won't come out until afterwards.
Yeah, true, actually. Well, look, next podcast, you're probably not going to... You're going to see a really happy Amrit or a really sad Amrit. But so I'm playing for Cockle Bay. There's 4 tennis players, and we're playing against a team called Royal Oak in Auckland. And this league of Carabao is quite decent, like players flying from all over New Zealand to come and play in it. There's a boy from Tahiti in our tennis team. And my brother plays in it. I had a guy staying at my house on Friday last week who flew over from Adelaide to come and play in my brother's team. So it's pretty exciting. And the number 1 tennis player for Royal Oak is our very own Will Roberts. Who's going to college.
And I went and watched him play, was it last week or the week before?
Oh, you did, didn't you?
And Ruby was playing as well.
Ruby Young?
Yeah, it's quite a cool setup they've got there. It's just a shame the sun comes down like that way. You need sunnies for anyone that's going to go watch at Royal Oak. You need sunnies.
Yeah, I mean, look, the beers are cold, the vibes are high, the barbecue's on. It's going to be a great time.
I'm going to be screaming some abuse at you. I can't wait.
Hey, who are you going to go for? Are you going to go for me? Your boy, your ride or die, you're going to go for one of our athletes. That's the trick one. That's the tough question.
So, when I came into this job, I decided that I was going to do it to support my athletes. But, at the end of the day, this is something I've always lived by is not having favourites. I just don't do favourites. I just love the sport.
All right. Well,
diplomatic answer.
Stefan, I've known you since you were 8 years old, brother. Who are you going to go for?
Yeah. How many times have you met Will?
Of course I'm going to go for Amrit.
And also because my parents are going to be standing right next to you.
Yeah. I haven't seen them in almost a decade.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be fun. No, it's going to be cool, man. I'm looking forward to it. It was funny. I was actually on the phone with Will Roberts, college coach in Texas, just earlier today about another player. And I told him that we're playing tonight. And he goes, just give me a debrief afterwards, but surely there's got to be a bit of chirping.
Yeah, you have to chirp. But he likes to chirp, Will, doesn't he? He likes to get a bit of chirp going.
Yeah, he played my brother last week. My brother said in the first game of the match, he was out there guns blazing. And I said, that's going to be great for college. Because that's what college is about. Actually, this brings me up on a great topic. Because you know how we sort of just flow through these podcasts, right? So I was talking to Nathan today. And Nathan was saying that he had a tennis player in his college team that was winning by a country mile against a tennis player from University of Baylor, which is like the big dogs in college tennis, top 10 easy. And their tennis player, on paper, based on their ranking, shouldn't have been getting close to this tennis player at Baylor, but he won the first set. He's up in the second set, and he's up a break as well. And then he chirps so much that he distracts himself from the task at hand, and he derails it. I mean, you're an athlete for lacrosse. I can't call you a has-been because you're still trying to get to the Olympics. I've got to give you that respect. How does that work for you? Because there must be a lot of chirping in team sports, right?
The funny thing about lacrosse, and this is something that is at pretty much every level, is there's a lot of players on the roster. Like only 10 guys on the field, but there's 30 guys on the team. So you've got a massive sideline. I remember a lot of the freshmen at college and the lacrosse teams, you're not going to get that many minutes. You're more of like a scouting player, so you've got to have some fun during the games. And so you have your certain Sally squads, where it's after every goal, after every turnover, you've got your own celebrations, and the celebrations in lacrosse are pretty cool. It's different for sports like rugby. I was listening to a podcast. It was actually Izzy Dag talking about when he celebrated before he scored the try, and Steve Hansen came in. And,
he dropped the ball, didn't he?
Yeah, no, he scored.
Oh, no, he nearly
dropped it. Oh, he nearly went dead. And Steve Hansen came in. He's like, never ever do that again.
Bro, did you see that college player in American football recently? He was running and he dropped the ball before the end zone, and he was celebrating to the crowd. He ran up to his coaches, high-fiving him. They're like, nah, drop ball.
Oh,
and you just see his face.
it's the worst.
That's the thing. Like, I'm all about showing emotion in matches, firing yourself up, getting that adrenaline going, being in the moment. But when you start to lose your mind a little bit and you make too much noise on things that negatively impact your performance, that's why you got to be really careful about, eh?
Yeah, with team sports, I guess that's really true for like tennis and golf and those sports where you've got to be like always
individual
100% dialed in 24/7. But with team sports, if you're on the bench, like I always say to my boys, celebrate every small victory. Like if it's a turnover, if it's a big hit, if it's anything, just celebrate it, because it just gets everyone fired up. And you even look at ice hockey, when they have the fights in the games and everyone's on the sideline like banging their sticks against the wall and it's all a big carry on. It just brings the energy up that you need for team sports, because one person doesn't bring the energy, it brings the whole team down.
Yeah, I think that there's a fine line between firing yourself up and then having a go at your opponent. And you got to be very careful not to cross that. I've done that many times in my tennis career. That's actually why I stopped playing tennis, because when I started platform sports when I was 22, I was playing some decent tennis in Wellington. Like we got to the final of the Wellington Open and played Finn Reynolds, who went to Ole Miss in the final, and he was partnered with Oliver Statham, who we're playing tonight. And Oliver Statham is a hell of a player. Ruben's brother. I'm pretty sure he played Davis Cup. He had a debut for Davis Cup in doubles, and that was really epic. Like getting to play against those guys. But when I started playing my clients, I would get lippy, and I was like, hang on, if I want to have a business and help 17-year-olds go to college for tennis,
and I've seen you get
I've got to be very careful what I say. So I actually stopped playing. That's actually truly the reason why I stopped playing.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, but then I got called earlier this year to start playing, and I was like, you know what? Why not? Because I see guys like there's Chester Espy who went to Stetson, there's Alex Hamilton that went to University of Pacific, there's Chris Simich, who you'll probably see tonight, he went to college. All these boys are like 29, 30, 31, just having fun playing. And they're all in my age group. They were very good when I was their age. They were much better than me. But it's really cool to see that. And I really want to be back on the tennis court, back out there being active, especially as you get older. Will.
It's fun.
You need to look after that rig. So
yeah. It is summer coming up.
It is summer coming up.
The shirts come off. You can't be rocking a dad
Oh, mate,
bod.
that ship is long gone for me. There's zero chance I'm going to be...
We've gone on a bit of a tangent, haven't we?
Yeah, well, let's dial it back. I mean, there's been pretty exciting things happening. You had a big milestone, 10th of November.
Yeah, my first proper, I guess, signing day as recruitment manager. Yeah. Super exciting. One of the most rewarding weeks I've had in a while. All the hard work that these guys and girls are putting in, finally paying off, and finally, getting that contract signed and getting it written and sent off. And then, just for me, just being able to see the smiles on their faces when they're signing, and we've still got a lot more to go. That's the main thing we've got to keep in mind. We've still got a lot more athletes to go from my end. But for everyone that has signed, and should we go through them and kind of celebrate these?
Let me get my Instagram out, brother, because there is a fair few that have signed their contracts. The first one that signed their contract was Maddie Cockburn.
Yeah, UMass.
That was
great school.
That was a tough one for you, not to get her deals, but to choose which school, because you had so many offers.
Yeah, and even after she committed, we were getting offers coming in from schools.
I remember that.
She's an absolute gun athlete. She's going to do so well. I know Eric, the UMass coach. He probably did a couple fist bumps in the air when she decided to commit.
Up the Kiwis, man. Let's go.
And I mean, it's just great. It was one of those relationships where it just clicked. You know, Maddie straight after the call was like, yeah, this guy's awesome. And straight away, Eric called me straight after their first call and was like, yeah, I want to, like, this is
It's gut feeling, man. It's like buying a house, right? You can, if you've got enough money in the bank to go and buy 10 houses, 10 different houses, not 10 houses in total, but you can afford to go and buy whatever you want to look at. When you walk into one, you get this gut feeling, like your gut's always right. And I feel like that was the go with Maddie.
It really was. And then, you know, mum and dad were on board straight away as well. They really resonated with the coach. And, you know, I trust the coach. He's had a really great career. He's got the CV to kind of back him up. So, yeah, there's going to be a great fit. I'm really excited to kind of see what Maddie gets up to. So, good job, Maddie, if you're listening.
Zach Swanwick.
Legend.
Bro, he is, what is it? What did Kobe Bryant say? Same animal, different beast.
I don't know.
Something like that. I spoke to a parent yesterday in Rotorua. Her son plays golf. And they got referred to us by Simon Thomas, the golf coach at St. Peter's. Great guy. Shout out, Simon. And she was like, oh, we saw you worked with Zach. And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, man, he's such a legend. Like, so many young kids in the community look up to him. And I can see why.
Oh, yeah. He does everything right.
Great rooster. Got a good head on his shoulders. Parents are fantastic. I think coach over there in JC at Florida is going to be really stoked to have him there.
He's going to make some waves, and I'm excited, and hopefully we get some free kit when he's on the tour or something. And I'm looking for
we got Melissa. We got Melissa Cohen there, bro, for swimming.
Yeah.
Like, Melissa and Zach, hook us up, please.
Yeah.
I'm an XL. What are you?
I'm an XL.
Extra small.
Stefan?
Stefan.
Extra small.
Yeah, if you go to the kids section, you can find something for Stefan. And then we got Samantha Wilson. She signed as well, so she's going to Illinois, Chicago.
She was great. Just she had some really cool schools on the offer, and you know, we're super happy with where she's going. She's going to have a great career, and you know, we'll see how far she can take her swimming, because she's just all in.
Natasha did so well, our recruiter, man. She killed it with Sammy.
Well, you look at our Instagram, and who are most of the signees? They're all swimmers. You know, she's awesome, Tasha, what she does.
Yeah, well, she's a swimming specialist, ain't she? She's a goat. I was actually telling ASM this morning. I was like, dude, if you guys can, because I know Tasha's working with us as like a contractor, as a placement officer. And she does so many other things, dude. She's worked for like non-profit. She's like a spin instructor and stuff.
She teaches like young kids how to swim as well.
Yeah, she's got so many cool things going, man. And to have time to deliver this effective service that she does is like,
she does.
It's crazy, man.
She growls at me when I, that's what we need. Those kind of leaders,
bro. She is all in, but she expects the best from not just athletes, but she holds everyone in our team accountable. So do we. Yeah. So that's a good team to have, right? You pretty much sorted this out yourself, Jackie Jang.
Yeah, Jackie, great young golf prodigy.
Yeah, going to the ASUN conference, which is going to be exciting. There's a lot of good athletes in
Kennesaw State. I sat with her on a few calls, and you know, she
just chipped away, didn't she?
She does. She just worked behind the scenes.
That was a good pun, wasn't it? Stefan, was that good?
Yeah, it was fun.
Thanks, bro. You can tell I'm the oldest one here, eh?
But no, she just chips away in the background. She's got a great tournament average. She had a lot of schools interested. I sat with her actually on a few calls with coaches, and she just straight away we talked about it. She had different ones, and she just again trusted her gut. And I think she's going to have another great career. Yeah. Well,
another one that's going to be joining University of Wyoming with Ruby Young is Luke O'Connor.
Yeah, Luke O'Connor.
Fantastic dude.
Stud.
Because whenever we work with an athlete, we always ask them, look, obviously the full scholarship is a go-to here. But if you've got a budget that we can work towards, just let us know. Because it can help in negotiations. And, bro, we smashed, I think, the O'Connor's family's expectations.
Yeah.
We did very well. And again, shout out to Natasha Lloyd, our swimming recruiter. She killed that one, man.
Yeah. And Luke's just that guy. He's just kind of, all good, sweet. And then, he...
Super low-key, super respectful.
Nothing's an issue.
Same with his dad.
Yeah.
Great
Danny,
guy to talk to.
Legend.
Yeah, he's a headmaster, right?
Yeah, he helped us out with the academic side of things, which is great.
He's fantastic. And then we got Shannon Delaney, who's also committed to Texas A&M Corpus Christi, which is really exciting. I mean,
awesome.
There was a great school. We actually, not our tennis player, but there was a tennis player that I used to play with in Wellington back in the day called Anton Shep. He actually went there. He really enjoyed
It's on
his
the
time
beach.
over there.
It's
Yeah.
like in Texas, like
Not bad.
Yeah, the weather's pretty nuts, and yeah, Shannon's
Good
going.
conference though, and then we've got Maddie Iro. I know she verbally committed. Was it like March or April this
Yeah,
year?
really early on.
Yep.
That's what happens when you're an elite goalkeeper, though.
Going to High Point University. They've actually got like a steakhouse for their student athletes on campus. Did you know that?
I have a friend that went there, and some of the photos that she sent me were just like the campus is just gorgeous.
Yeah,
like,
Aaron, the head coach, has really looked after Maddie and like given her a great offer. And Aaron's won't hold him against it. He's Australian, but we love Australians because we got so many clients in Australia. We love all you guys. But Maddie's going to go there and do very well. I see big things, and I hope we can see her wearing the silver fern on TV one day.
Yeah, well, I think she's playing with the under-20s.
Yeah, she's in the squad, but we want to see her debut. Like, we've had girls like Aniela Jensen debut for the Ferns when she was in college. Hannah Blake debuted for the Ferns. Maddie's knocking on that door, man.
Oh, she's good.
Yeah.
She's so good.
Yeah, I mean, I showed Jenny Bindham, she played like over 70 games for the New Zealand Ferns. She was a former coach at UCLA and LMU in California, D1. Showed Jenny, hey, Jenny, you're a GK. What do you think of Maddie? She goes, yeah, she's class. Yeah, so really good athlete, super respectful. Again, super low key. Like, just stayed
Flight
head
under
down,
the radar.
works really hard. It was great. And then obviously the cat's out of the bag, Ruby Young. I said that one a bit earlier.
Wyoming. We got two going to Wyoming.
Yep, and I think we spoke about that last time, didn't we?
Yeah,
we did.
they both committed.
I remember talking on the podcast about the head coach at Wyoming's wife is from New Zealand, and he loves Kiwis.
Yeah, but yeah, officially signed, locked and loaded. Ruby's going to be a gun.
So that's what's been happening. It's been pretty busy, like the first couple of weeks in November. Will's just been looking
missing two more.
Who's the two more?
Nico Ali.
Oh, yes.
Damon
that's right.
University.
Yep.
He's story about Nico. So he went to my alma mater, Rosmini College. He just finished there, and
that's the second best school in Auckland, eh, Stefan?
Yeah, 100%.
What's the first?
Kristen.
What sports team did you play for at Kristen, Stefan?
Basketball. We did really well.
Stefan is about 5'0", and I reckon you could be a good point guard.
Yeah, that was my position.
Was it?
Yeah.
Actually?
Yeah, not even kidding.
Anyway, Rosmini.
Yeah, Nico, he's got the teal tie that everyone wants to get, the 100 club. That's pretty tough to get. 100 excellence credits in a year, 1 year, 100 excellence credits.
Don't you knew Nico's older brother, didn't you?
Yeah, Milan.
We bumped into him.
We did.
We're walking on the street somewhere. We caught up with him. He's in Wellington now, right?
Yeah, I think he's actually coming back up. I was talking with Nico's mum at length on last Friday.
Cool.
So, yeah, no, super stoked for Nico. He's going to have a blast. And we actually touched base because Ryan from ASM, he went to school in the area, knows the area quite well.
Buffalo boy.
Damon's got a pretty cool rep, so it's going to be exciting to see what he can get up to. And then University of Montana tennis.
Oh yeah, Duncan McCall. Can I?
You can do this one.
Jason Brown, the head coach at University of Montana, is the nicest guy you'll ever meet. Not only can his chin cut cheese because he's been working out like a maniac, he's looking so good. He's just such a positive person for young athletes. He's so positive and he helps people. He never like yells at anyone. He never like has these outbursts of anger. He's super calm. And for him, it's all about the kids. And, there's sometimes athletes that go to that program that kind of use them as a stepping stone. This is not what Duncan's going there for. This coach is going to give Duncan so much value. Marlo Ben, our former athlete, went there as well. Now, I have to give Coach Brown a shout out because Duncan's results are on the way up, but they're a little bit off from where the top 6 were for the lineup. But he trusted us so much. He gave Duncan an opportunity. But we can, as recruiters, can take it so far. It's up to the athlete to interview well. Duncan nailed that interview.
He did smash
it.
He
built that trust with the coach. They had a great connection as well. And look, sometimes you talk to like 15 to 20 schools before you make a difference. Sometimes you talk to 2 to 3 schools. Duncan was in the 2 to 3 school range. And I literally called Duncan. I was like, listen, man, we can keep looking, but this ticks every single box. Duncan and his dad love, I think, skiing. And in Montana, they got a ski field 20 minutes away, this big resort. It's a big holiday park. So
exciting.
It's the perfect fit for him. It's an amazing conference that allows him to travel all the way through California down to Arizona.
Is it Big Sky?
Yep, that is a Big Sky. And they do really well. And Coach Brown is not only a great role model for young kids, he's had the experience. He's been on Grigor Dimitrov's coaching staff, which has been epic. Grigor Dimitrov is like top 15 in the world right now. He's on the way up. He's just incredible. They used to call him Baby Fed because he used to play like him, like Roger Federer. So, yeah, shout out to Coach Brown. Thank you so much for trusting us, bro. And if anyone listening to this, because I know that a lot of different tennis academies share our podcasts and a lot of tennis players listen to it. If you can get a chance to have an opportunity to play for University of Montana, do it. Thank me later. That's all I'm saying.
There we go. Well, what have we got coming up, Amrit?
Well, Will, thank you for asking. We've got a lot of things coming up. We've got, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I was gonna just dribble a bunch of things, but let's start with the first thing.
One at a time.
Western Springs Under-17 National Tournament with about 700 kids coming to one venue to compete for a title. How exciting is that? We're, again, one of the sponsors with their selected USA college provider to be a sponsor there, so we're absolutely stoked. But as you guys all know, we partnered with ASM Scholarships, and we convinced the CEO, Chris Vidal, to fly out his soccer expert, Ryan Arvin, who not only played as a Division I college athlete for 4 years, he actually did his graduate at another school as well, playing for Mercyhurst, D2. But he coached at two incredible NCAA Division I college programs. So he's coming out to stay with me at my house between the 6th of December through to like the 12th of December. The tournament is the 7th to the 10th. So we're going to have a marquee there. We're about to send an email out to everyone with a booking link where people can book 15-minute slots, because there are some great recruitment agencies, both in New Zealand and Australia. But the key difference between what we can do and that is we have now got a former D1 college coach that travelled all over the world recruiting athletes for his team.
And when I say this guy can talk soccer, he can talk soccer.
And he loves it.
He loves it. It's his I was actually on a call with him probably an hour ago, and he was just sitting there just chirping away about soccer. And I was like, look, I've got no idea what you're going
What
about.
time was that? Was that like 2 o'clock?
It was after he called you.
Yeah, so it would have been like 2 o'clock,
Yeah,
right? So that would have been like 8 o'clock his time.
And he was still at the office, and I actually saw the cleaning lady like walking behind him, like vacuuming. And he's a mahi pig. You know, he just gets stuff done, and he just loves soccer. And you know, we were just chatting about it. I've learned more kind of from him than I think anyone else about soccer. Just learning about, you know, positions, kind of what certain attributes are needed for certain positions. And I mean, he sat on a call with one of our athletes on the weekend, and just, you know, spat liquid gold. It was
he's
awesome.
not a salesman. He just genuinely knows. Like, there's people that have played the system, but there's people that have like sat for hours watching film every single day to find out who are the best players for our college team. And he's done it at the highest level. And he's not just traveled to showcases by himself to recruit these athletes. He's been to England, he's been to Germany with other college coaches, staying with them, having beers with them, talking to them. His net worth is his network. He is a very expensive man. And if you guys listening to this are going to the Under-17 event, this is absolutely free. You can have an opportunity to sit down with Ryan and ask him the questions about, what do I need to do to get scholarship in the States? What do coaches look for? This is the position I'm playing. How should my clips be formulated? This is an opportunity not to ask a former athlete, but to ask a former college coach that has given out scholarships to student athletes like you. It's going to be incredible, man.
And just being there, I mean, I was at the Under-17s last year. We had the best time.
Yeah.
And you know, it's going to be the 1 year since Stefan came on board. I remember we pretty much did his interview at that Under-17 tournament last year. So it's going to be a milestone.
Yeah, Stefan was on thin ice though, because he didn't invite me to his 21st birthday. So
you still went.
I went with Philip. Stefan's cousin is my best mate, Philip. So I went with him as a +1, but I didn't shake Stefan's hand the whole night. Nah, just kidding. That's a joke.
But no, it's going to be great seeing. You know, we've got a bunch of athletes playing in it. It's just going to be awesome. I love those kind of things and just getting out there and seeing everyone. So yeah, we'll catch you all there. What else we got?
Well, can I just dial back a few minutes? You said the word mahi pig for the Australians that are listening to this, and every other country around the world that listens to our podcast. That just means someone that works really hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a New Zealand slang that we throw around. So yeah, just wanted to clear that one up. They'll be thinking, what are you talking about pigs for, mate?
Mahi pig.
Yeah.
Yeah. Calling Ryan a pig. He's probably got to watch this and be like, why is he calling me a pig?
Yeah, Ryan. Sorry, Ryan. But look, I'm really excited about ASM because it's not just Ryan that has the soccer expertise. It's Luca. I mean, he coached at Long Island University and Florida International University. 2 fantastic programs at D1 as well. So the connection based, like that's why we did the partnership with them. I could have been selfish. I could have said no and just done everything ourselves like we've always done. But it's not about us. It's about all the athletes listening to this and all the parents out there that want their kids to get put into safe environments as well. So I'm excited. If you get a chance, DM us on Instagram if you're going to the tournament. I highly advise you though. I know the tournament schedules haven't come out or anything like that, but book in an appointment. We can move it closer to the time.
I think we're sending something out, a link that you can just book in an appointment with Ryan.
And if you can't make it, just there's a text button there that you can just send a message to, and we can reschedule and fit you in whenever you're playing. Ryan's really keen to come and see the talent here. He's never been to New Zealand. He's been to Australia to recruit, but never been here. So he's really keen to do that, and I know that his phone is going to be buzzing with coaches when he's at that tournament.
Yeah.
It's going to be epic, dude.
Yeah.
We should bring our VO cameras.
Yeah, we will.
We should actually bring those, and like
set them
film
up.
some of our boys that are competing there.
And there's also other coaches going to be there as well. I just remembered there was it was a Division 2 college coach hit me up on WhatsApp.
Women's soccer?
Yeah, women's soccer.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey, look, I'm coming out to New Zealand from the 7th till the 15th for a holiday. Is there anyone that I can recruit while I'm there? And I was like, wow. I sent him a voice note. I was like, mate, you have picked the best time possible.
That's literally clutched it.
Yeah.
700 kids competing at one venue.
Exactly.
Well
so
done.
we're going to be connecting with him as well and bring him along. I can't remember his name, but I'll, there's going to be a lot going on.
Yeah, there's actually, we're going to get a podcast going with a coach out in Pukekohe Ways, which is about, for those that are not from Auckland, it's about 30 minutes drive south of Auckland. And he's a former coach at Purdue Fort Wayne, and he's now in New Zealand coaching soccer, but he's a Kiwi. He's a New Zealander, and he just sent me a message the other day. I gave him a call, and he said he's been following what we do. He's been following the content, like he loves what we're about, and he wants to catch up. And I said, mate, can I please get you on a podcast with Ryan? We will be doing podcasts, hey, Stefan, when we're there.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, sweet. We just want to give parents as much value as we can. Like, we want to ask Ryan the $1 million questions that parents have in the back of their mind. So that's going to be cool. So after that event,
the other big one.
The other big one's coming
Everyone's
up.
been able to see a little bit of what we got going on at the end of December. 9
coaches from America, water polo coaches at D1 programs, are going to be flying into New Zealand on the 17th of December, and they will be attending our platform showcase for 4 days. We've got to give a big shout out to Manuka Performance, which is a performance supplement brand based in Tauranga.
Oh god, they're good. Oh,
Bro, I gave you some samples.
I had them for the World Cup.
Yeah, no, Tristan's the boss man, and he has got everyone sorted. He gave it to my brother to use as well when he was at Davis Cup. My brother really liked it. I've still got some stuff at home, by the way. I should give you some.
Yeah, I'd love some more of that
Yeah,
stuff.
so I called Tristan. I said, man, we got this sporting event where we're doing a showcase. We're inviting a bunch of water polo athletes aged from 14 years old all the way up to 19 to compete in front of these men's and women's college coaches. They don't have to pay thousands of dollars in recruitment fees to attend this event.
Or even to travel
it's
over
a few,
there.
Yeah, it's a few $100 to learn and to showcase yourself in front of these coaches and to connect with them.
It's going to be huge.
And he goes, Amrit, that's exactly what our brand is about. So shout out to Manuka Performance. Those guys are absolutely incredible. They've come on board as an official sponsor as of this morning. So it wouldn't be possible without them because we're flying over Albert from Spain, who's a former world champ as a forward in water polo. He's won a number of medals at world champs. He's coming over to run the skills session and the drill session with athletes. So there's a lot that we're putting out on our own pocket for this event as well. So without them, things would be really tough. So thank you so much, Tristan and your team. But also like Sefa, man, the assistant coach at University of Pacific, he doesn't get enough credit. So Sefa, his family are from New Zealand, and he got an opportunity to play water polo in America, but he couldn't get a full scholarship offer, and his family needed that. So he attended a junior college in California for water polo on the men's team. And after playing there for the men's team for 1 year, he then got an offer to play for Cal Berkeley. When he finished his career, he DM'd me on Instagram because he was trying to help out a few boys go from Auckland universities to America. We sussed him out. We managed to work something out for those boys. And he's like, bro, I just love what you guys do. And that's sort of where our friendship grew. Like, we were just in sync. I must give Sephra a bit of a dig here. We texted last year to catch up for a coffee, and he stood me up because he got stuck in a meeting with Water Polo New Zealand. Right. So he owes me a beer. Thank you very much, Sephra. But no, he's been the one that's been telling all the coaches, like Penn State. He's been
really driving this thing.
Yeah, Brown University.
Well, it's the same mentality. He just wants to help these kids out and give them a platform. Mind the pun.
Yeah. 1-1. Okay. All right. Stefan, clip that up.
Give them a platform to kind of, just showcase their abilities and get the best possible opportunities. Yeah, and that's 100%. What this showcase is all about.
Well, we got interviewed yesterday on Sens Radio with Stephen McIver, and the amount of messages that came through just saying that they heard it online and they think it's a great idea, it means that we're going in the right direction for what our movement is.
Yeah.
Because we're not just trying to make money from this. We're wanting to really just put the recruitment in the shoes of the athletes. Like, we want to do everything in their favour, in their terms. So I think this is a really good move from us, and I feel I'm kind of kicking myself a little bit that we didn't do this earlier.
Yeah. And it's just going to grow. We'll see how this one goes, and then...
we 100% are doing a soccer showcase, a tennis showcase, a golf showcase.
Rugby.
We're already talking to Pamela Saville about the golf showcase.
Yep. Maybe I have a lacrosse one in the works.
Yeah,
we've got a lot going on.
We should. I've been talking to Tash about it in Colorado, our swimming recruit. I said we should do one for swimming. I mean, there's so many talented swimmers. Cooper Morley, Penn State, Eddie Ansell, Monmouth University.
Melissa, Florida.
Yeah, man. Like, there's so many talented swimmers that are going from New Zealand to America and Australia to America, and we should just make it easier for them. If we can make it easier for them, then we win. Like, that's why we partnered with ASM. We can't announce their special thing that they got coming up very soon.
Yeah.
But when it does, we can announce this massive project that they're working on. Oh my gosh, you guys are going to be absolutely fizzing. It's so cool what they've done. Put a lot of money on it to make your life a lot easier. But yeah, I mean, the water polo showcase is going to be great. And I've been calling water polo coaches in New Zealand. They're fizzing about it. And I want to do a hospitality night where we have like some wines. We can have
to wear a suit.
Yeah. Yeah, you can wear it. Do you have a suit?
I've got lots of suits.
What color? What's your favorite color suit?
Probably grey.
Okay,
yeah,
nice.
Or like a charcoal. Yeah.
Stefan?
Probably a navy. I think I only have a navy suit at home.
Knowing you, bro, you would probably wear like a suit with pants halfway up your legs. You got that little salty look going on.
No show socks of
I don't know
Stan
if you're,
Smiths.
I don't know if you're like a guy that skateboards or a guy that surfs or one that's in between. Like, he's kind of got that vibe going.
Scooter.
He just plays basketball as a point guard.
just a content manager.
Just a content manager. Yeah, but nah, look, I mean, it's going to be absolutely epic. I want to have an evening where we can integrate New Zealand water polo coaches with these college coaches. Like, we're not being selfish. We're not closing our doors. We're opening them super wide, saying, come on in. Come meet all these incredible people.
Yeah, on a different note, I've just noticed it. But shout out Use and David in the office, hooking us up with this cool sign.
Yeah, that is very cool. Use and David work in our office, so it's kind of like a shared space. They run an incredible company. They make like user experiences for things like Chelsea Sugar, for different museums, exhibitions. It's incredible. And they noticed that we didn't have a sign on the door, and we're helping their daughter go to the States. And they just said, look, leave it to us. We'll suss you out. So I walked in the other day and there was a sign on our door, and Stefan, you can put a photo up here, and they've also given us a spare one as well. So
it's awesome.
Yeah, I
love signs.
Yeah, it's good. But look, we're getting into the back end of the year. It's been pretty hectic. We've had a lot of athletes that are in exams right now.
Yeah, I think next week's the last kind of week where everyone's tying up the end of their exams. It's been stressful for everyone. I know I've been on calls with a lot of them. And then, adding on the recruitment process on top, it's just, really tough for these guys. But everyone's been powering through it. I'm super proud of all of them.
Absolutely. But one big message I want to tell all the student athletes listening to this or watching this is, you're finishing school, there's going to be a lot of social events. It can be very easy to stitch yourself up by posting things on your social media that you shouldn't be posting. So if you're out there celebrating with your friends, etc., school's all wrapped up, that's great. Just be smart about what you put on social media, because coaches are watching. They are looking at it. And we do consider that when we sign athletes to our brand as well. It's really important we work with the right people. So There was a guy that contacted me ages ago that just had a bunch of beers in his photos, Instagram photos and stuff like that. He's got the right to do whatever he wants. He was over 18, which is a legal drinking age in New Zealand, but it's 21 in America, and I know what coaches are going to think.
Oh, they can't stand it.
Yeah, so you got to be careful about that. So I know you guys have worked really hard this year. Just be really careful what you do put on social media. Be smart about it. But try and weaponize social media into your advantage by posting like pre-season training videos. I mean, most of the seasons are starting up in like Jan, Feb, March next year. Use this time as a training block. Get into the gym, go run up sand dunes, do different things, and document that.
And enjoy summer as well. I mean, if you
can have a balance.
Yeah, this side of the world, get out to the beach. Go exploring. Go.
Bro, we had 3 pro tennis players around Christmas last year staying with us in New Plymouth. The boys are train in the morning. They'll go to the beach, have their coffees, go have their fun, and then in the evening they'll train again. But they still had that good balance.
Oh, it's such good balance. I mean, I was up at the beach last weekend and I had the best time ever.
Yeah, when are you taking me out on your boat?
Yeah, soon. We got to get out there. I'm pretty hooked on fishing. There's another one.
Are you?
Yeah, 2-1.
Imagine if that was an NCAA sport.
Yeah, fish. I think bass fishing is a club sport.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen a couple schools that support bass fishing, so maybe we can get into that.
That leads into our last topic. So we did a poll. Stefan did a poll on our Instagram on like what people want to know about. And one of the things that people wanted to know about was, oh my God, Stefan, I didn't even realize you wrote a list of things here to talk about.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
I've just been spitballing with Will. We've actually nailed every single one of them.
Oh, great. Look at us go.
So, easiest sport for Kiwi athletes to get recruited for. So
there's no easy sport to get recruited for.
Yeah, I think that yes and no. I feel like if it's an NCAA sport, it's easier than if it's a non-NCAA sport.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Because like rugby in America it's
on the up.
I've heard whispers in America that it could be a fully funded NCAA sport very soon.
Yeah, we don't want to jump the gun though.
No, can we touch some wood? I don't want to touch that because it's silent. Touch wood. But like, that would be epic, dude. But it's really hard for athletes. Like I had an athlete saying, I do sailing. He's from China. When I had part of the tennis
squash,
the sports academy. Yeah, we had a squash athlete that approached us, and they're so good, and would love for them to go there.
Well, that squash kid I talked to, he was second in New Zealand for his age group.
Yeah, it'll be like NCAA. Can we clip this up and send it through them? Can you please make squash a fully funded NCAA sport? Because we've had Paul Cole, a New Zealand great, like paving the way for Kiwis. There's so many kids that want to play it that are good.
Even me.
I don't know. Oh, are you? You beat your brother.
Oh, I beat my brother. Yeah.
Will's excited about squash because he's just joined the squash club at Remuera in Auckland, and he goes every morning at like 6 a.m. and plays.
I love it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you controlling the tee, bro? Are you staying in the middle?
Yeah,
and dictating
that
play?
was actually the main point of this week for my kind of, my games this week was making sure that I control the tee and like you told me, pushing it the outside, keeping it down the wall.
Did you try hit the ball on the outside?
I was,
work?
And I figured it out. I figured out what you meant.
Worked,
because at the start I was like, how are you supposed to hit the inside of the ball?
It's like that movie Cars, bro, when the guy turns right to go left,
So I started doing that, and it started working. And James, my brother, was just getting pretty pissed off about it. Actually.
Yeah.
So it's get in there. It's gonna be fun.
Nice. But I think that like those non-funded sports are like, for example, men's rugby. You got sailing in there, dancing, etc. The NCAA do not provide scholarships for them.
Yeah.
So it's very challenging to get funding for them, but it's not challenging to find positions for them.
Yeah.
Make that clear. Like you can go to America
so if you've got the budget for it.
If you got the academics and you can earn a substantial academic scholarship and your family can support you for the rest, then great, go and do that. There are, like Tate Hawker was telling me that at some universities you can get full rugby scholarships. He said he did, which is great. But I mean, the NCAA sports it's just growing bigger and bigger. So there's more money. There's bigger budgets coming out because they're making more money, which means more sports can now be included. So hopefully in 2024, man, we can start to see some changes being made.
And I think there is. I think there's been such a change in the last kind of 5 years within the whole college sports space.
Oh, things are it's like water, bro. It's like the ocean. It goes both ways. Like I was talking to the University of Marquette.
Yeah.
I was talking to Jason, the tennis coach, the director of tennis there yesterday. And Jason was telling me, he's like, bro, like they just cut tennis scholarships here. But at other universities, they're like reinstating teams. Katie Smith.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh State. They've just built this brand new Division 2 women's soccer team, and she's like, Amrit, who have you got? So, yeah, and I'm saying this now because we've already sent our clients to them, and by the time this podcast come out, it'll be a week, so you snooze, you lose. But I mean, like, there's a lot of programs that are being reinstated. There's a JUCO going to an NAIA school.
Yeah, that's what I got told. So that's super exciting next year.
That's what I mean. Things are changing, bro. It's happening, which is exciting.
Yeah, well, just there's just so much movement. You know, obviously no one's afraid of COVID anymore, so everyone wants to go over there.
Yeah, 100%. And to wrap this up, a lot of people wanted to know what are the best cities to study in. So we did our research online. Will, you got that list?
I do. I got the top
Is it
five. Top five. Number one was ranked Colorado.
Colorado Springs. So there's a university called University of Colorado Springs. Rachel Etchler went there from Wellington. Absolutely loved it. Also, Natasha's from Colorado. She absolutely loves it. I feel like if you can picture Queenstown, New Zealand vibe, beautiful in the summer, very cold in the winter, but very scenic, that's Colorado for you. And like, we had a lot of other girls like Izzy Coleman go live in Colorado, and she loves it over there. It's just such a beautiful place, man.
Oh, it is. You look at the photos. If you search up beautiful places in America, Colorado's got to be up there no matter what.
If you're very outdoorsy, Colorado's for you. Ronan likes it, and he's in Denver at the moment, so he absolutely loves it there. But Colorado Springs is absolutely magical. Some of my friends that moved to London after university, they went through the US, and they talked very highly about Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
There you go.
Number
Next
two, Buffalo, New York.
That's our boy Ryan Arvin from ASM Scholarships.
That's his territory. Yeah, I mean, we'll probably get him to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, Buffalo
We've got
is...
a podcast with him coming when he's here.
Yeah, it's a big business district. I heard it's on the rise quite a lot. But also very cold in the winter, which means the university facilities are catered towards the athletes over there, which is pretty epic.
And the landscape, it's like kind of that upstate, you know, like the forestry. There's quite a lot going on up there from a nature perspective as well. I think that's quite a common trend with these, is the location and kind of the environment. Number three was San Antonio, Texas. Yeah,
so obviously being in a city like San Antonio, you get access to pretty large sporting events, like going to the Spurs NBA game is massive. And I was actually talking to Tom Rees, who's the on the women's coaching staff for Clemson University. And Tom was actually he did a coaching stint at University of Incarnate Word before then, a great D1 school. And he was telling me San Antonio is just absolutely epic. It's so buzzing, like a big college culture there.
Everything's bigger in Texas as well.
Yeah.
And the cars, the stadiums, like everything is, you know, the roads, like, you know, there's a lot of people there. But there's also the infrastructure's got enough that it can hold all those people and everyone can really, you know, enjoy it. My brother, after the World Cup, he went through Texas and he loved it.
Cool.
Which leads in, based on the World Cup, to the next one, number 4, San Diego, California. I was there in July.
Oh, yeah.
I felt like I was in Top Gun while I was there. That's kind of what I'm going to say about it. I felt like I was in Top Gun, you know, the beach, you know, everyone's just...
Oh, I thought you meant yourself. You were Maverick.
I did.
Is that what you were thinking?
I did feel like Maverick. Well, Top Gun's actually based in San Diego. So
yeah,
you know, my dad, I know he went and visited the aircraft facilities and all that kind of stuff.
Well, your dad was in the Air Force, right? He must have been loving it.
He loves that. Top Gun's his favorite movie, so he had to go see that. I was busy playing sport. But like just the area, like everyone's happier. You're by the beach. The weather's nice. You know, the facilities. I mean, I stayed at San Diego State. It's pretty unreal. The campus there. You know, just people out and about. That's the main thing.
Yeah, my dad and brother used to go there quite a lot for their training base for tennis. They went to Rancho Santa Fe, and Dad was like, man, this place is just absolutely unbelievable. I think my mum actually went there to go visit them too. But Ajit, the bro, he trained there for quite a while with tennis players like Brandon Nakashima.
Yeah.
And these guys are like top 30 now in the world, top 35 in the world. They're incredible. I think Brandon's now like top 50. But he said, like, living-wise, it's nice. Everything's sweet. The people there are lovely as well. I think my brother's banned from San Diego now from all of the fathers that have daughters because my brother was running around trying to have multiple girlfriends. But that's a dig at my brother, by the way.
And then, the last one, Chicago, Illinois. I think it's quite controversial because...
It's mixed, bro, because like my cousin... Kish, he went to Chicago recently. He said he loved it.
Yeah.
He absolutely loved it there.
But then when, you know, we get a school that's based in Illinois or Chicago, And you know, the athletes straight away, they just jump straight to that stigma of, you know, Chicago's the dangerous city in the United States and all of that kind of stuff. But even when Scotty, one of our lacrosse boys, when he flew over, he flew into Chicago on his way down to
Is that the 16
North
hour
Carolina.
flight?
Yeah. And like some of the photos he was sending me of Chicago, like on the river, Lake Michigan, is that the one? Like it just is a cool, vibrant, like skyscrapers, kind of like New York vibe. Like it's just a massive, beautiful city. And so, yeah, definitely there's parts everywhere in the world, you know, like, yeah, there's going to be dangerous parts everywhere, no matter where you are in the world. So it's about...
You just got to be careful. You just got to be really careful. I mean, it's important that we get it right as recruiters, and we always ask for safetiness on campuses and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, there are some really dangerous places where you don't go, but there's also some really amazing places that you should go as well. And there's a lot of history in Chicago, especially if you're a big basketball fan with Michael Jordan.
The Bulls, yeah.
Yeah, Kishan, my cousin, he's a big Michael Jordan fan. So he went there with his girlfriend, Sarah. They went on a cool trip, and he said, mate, they went there, they went Manhattan, they went over to San Francisco. He said he loved Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago's awesome. That's one place I really want to go and visit.
Yeah. Oh, you haven't been there?
No, I haven't been there, but I'd love to go there.
Yeah, cool.
All right.
But that's a wrap. I mean, I got to get ready for
stretch?
this. Yeah, I got to go get ready for this tennis match.
You need what? Probably an hour of stretching before you get going?
An hour and a half.
Hour and a half?
Yeah.
All right.
But, I mean, you and Stefan are coming to watch it.
Yeah, we'll be sitting there supporting, cheering on.
Yeah.
A few cold ones.
Yeah, I know, Stefan, I told you to get some content on tonight's match, but please don't. Because
You sure?
It's just going to add to the pressure.
you guys will laugh at this. I actually put a little bit of pickle juice in my tennis bag. In case I cramp. I cramp. So, anyway,
That's us.
up the rise. Let's go. I know who the fans are going to be supporting. Probably Will Roberts, but...
Probably me. They'll probably be supporting me on the sideline.
Yeah, but you'll probably see some content from tonight. Anyway, that's a wrap. Have a fantastic weekend, whatever it is when you watch this. And until then, we'll see you next time.